morning, welcome to the studio. Lots of you really seem to like this painting when I put the little snippet up yesterday, so I thought I'd share the whole thing with you so you can see how it's getting on, and then I'm going to do some painting on it, so I thought I'd film a bit and maybe you'd like to watch. So here we go. It's centre section of a much bigger piece, so if I can zoom out smoothly. There we go. So this is the whole thing as it is at the moment. It measures 20 inches by 16 inches. It's a Loxley canvas board. I've been using acrylics, and the bottom corners are using Pebeo mixed media paints. Some of you who've done my workshops will know about these. Mostly I've used Prism, which is the dries to a nice honeycomb finish. For the trees, I've used granulation fluid and acrylic ink, which makes a very lovely speckly effect, as you can see here. There's one or two videos on YouTube and links on here of painting the trees. So there we go. So that's how it is at the moment. So I'm going to carry on painting, and if you would like to watch, then feel free. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on these flowers in the bottom corner here. It's quite nice, I always find, to keep the bottom and actually the top corners and edges fairly dark, because that kind of frames the picture almost. It keeps your eye in the middle of the picture, stops you sort of falling off, so it makes for a very nice composition. So as you can see, these are all quite a lot darker than the brighter pinks in the middle. So I'm going to, I think it's okay to just pop that there because it's all dry from yesterday. I've got a fluid acrylic. This one is a brand called Golden. They're absolutely beautiful and wonderful things. Incredibly expensive, but then they are professional quality paints, so fair enough. I'm giving it a good shake, as you can probably hear, and I'm going to carry on with the dark coloured theme, put some white into my palette, and then I've got a colour called dioxazine purple. Shake that as well. It's very, very strong, this one, so just a few drops, doesn't need too much. And then I've got a rigger brush, mix that. And I'm going to keep for the moment in with the purple tones in the corners. So really all I do to start with is just drop colour in between those flowers. Just going to drop it off the brush into the gaps. Okay, so I've added some of the purple flowers in there. I've now got a colour called quinacridone violet, which is also rather nice. So I'm going to add some of that into the purple so that I can just blend in with what's left. Give that a stir. Whoops. Didn't mean to make you wobble then, sorry. And I'm going to drop some of that. This is where you need a very steady hand. Drop some of that into the centres of the flowers that I've already painted. Need a bit more than that. So I'm just leaving it to drop off the end of the brush into the middles. It's quite nice. Where it doesn't properly mix, it makes some nice patterns. There, like that. Now I'm going to add some new flowers just in that colour. Have to be very patient with this. You can't do it in a hurry. But it's very calming. Sometimes I just use the end of the palette to sort of knock it off. And down here, it's tricky around the tripod, but oops, missed. That's okay, I can take the rest off with a cotton bud. I'll take that bit off there. I should probably edge these afterwards anyway. That's the nice thing with acrylics, that you can change things. If you don't like it, you can paint over. Okay, lovely. So now I'm going to put some white in with that just to lighten it, because I don't want to waste this precious colour. Very nice. I just work at the picture, just building colours till it looks right. It's hard to actually plan in advance. I just build and build until it looks right, just using the colours that seem to suit the best. Put a paler there, and I'll put a paler middle on that one. It's sometimes then contrasting lights and darks. That's it. It's important to keep the colour consistent across the painting, so I'm just going to go onto the other side of the picture, other corner, and use the rest of that paint over there. See you in a minute. Right, now I'm going to make patterns while that paint's still wet with a cocktail stick. Some cocktail sticks have better points than others, so I think that's quite a good one there. So I'll go with that one. And this is it's a bit like cake decorating in a way, but it's just developing patterns and ways of pulling the paint. So I work on this one. I'm just going to pull the paint across, make the patterns. I feel like I should have some music playing. It's very quiet. I normally do have music, to be fair, but I might get done for copyright if it's a piece that I'm not allowed to play, so there we go. Down here, this one. I don't know if you can see, that's a bit in the shadows, but mind you, I did try and do this technique. I made some cakes the other day. We have a Zoom meeting, so sometimes it's nice to drop cakes on people's doorsteps to share them. And I've got to say that glacé icing does not perform in the same way as this paint does. This sits very nicely where you want it and it doesn't move. But my icing just rolled everywhere, right off the edge, made a right old mess. They tasted alright, but it didn't look quite as pretty. That's it. Lovely. Okay, so this is a close-up on the flowers that I've just painted, so you can see those. This one's nice, I like that one particularly. And if I angle it, I've got quite a lot of sparkle in there already in the trees. So that's how I do my flowers. I basically just follow that technique. Sometimes I put 3, 4, 5 colours in. Sometimes I don't pull any patterns at all. I just build it and build it until I'm happy. But it's really a very, I don't know, intuitive, I suppose is the word. I just go with what looks good. I've got some colour combinations which always work very well. Opposites on the colour wheel are good. So purple and yellow always look good together, they're opposites. But it's, yeah, I suppose you just learn as time goes by, and the more you paint, you get to learn what looks good. So there we go. So I hope that's helped if you're painters and you've enjoyed watching that. I shall carry on building it now, and once it's finished I'll put the finished piece up so you can have a look at it. And yeah, I'd love to know what you think as always. So yeah, keep safe, and well, see you soon hopefully. Oh, we have got one show announced, end of May now, Penshurst Place, for those of you who might have come to that one. So there we go. Okay, take care.